right? I have now engineers regarding the DS and ES motor circuit. The DS and ES motor, what is the motor circuit saying? It says that I have brought a subway from here and connected it to F52 and it's exiting here. Okay, and what is this talk, engineer? Leave it for later. Consider now that the DC is continuously running with you. This DC will go to page 9. It will come here to me, all right? Of course, it will go to page 9 here first. It will keep going with you. But let's focus on the end. It will come to me. Where is the circuit? Where is page 9? Ah, here it is. It will come to you. I am looking to see what you say and that I am coming. Okay, we haven't forgotten. We have several components present. Look, we agreed when I explained to you, I told you that you have a boom series position switch and a top position switch next to it. And after the breaker, a series position switch, then a high-speed air switch. So you have 4 pieces of equipment. Here is 1 motor, here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, and the last motor is with the circuit breaker motor that we talked about previously. Now, what I will explain to you about this motor is applicable to all the motors. Great. So we will only explain one of them. Let's understand the situation here. Now, focus with me very well in this part. Let's zoom in like this. That's enough, okay? Let's bring this pen now. You are getting the positive from here and the negative from here. The control circuit has 4 relays, K21, K22, K31, and K32. These are related to the series position switch first. The second position switch has 2 relays, which are 41 and 42. The third position switch after it has 4. What's the significance of this? This, engineer, is a 3-position switch. What does a 3-position switch mean? It means it has a disconnector and an earth switch. So your motor either turns to stop the disconnector, or it opens the disconnector, or it closes the earth switch, or it opens the earth switch. Earlier, when we gave the close command, we activated a relay called K11. And when we gave the open command, we activated a relay called K12. Here, it's the same. When I close the disconnector, I activate a relay called K21. Open disconnector activates K22. Close earth switch activates K32. Open earth switch activates K31, then K32. Follow the order. Their order is 21, 22, 31, 32. DS close, DS open, ES close, ES open. Earth switch, I activate K32. All right, so take them in order so that your mind can follow along as I explain it to you now. Their order is 21, 2, 2, 2, 1, and the order 32. Is that clear? Okay. I came to close the disconnector switch, so I brought the positive from up here and brought it down. If I give a command in the direct control there for the disconnector switch, this contact will close. If I give a close command there, all right, if this contact closes, it will bring the positive here like this. And it will bring the positive down here like this, up to this point. All right, great, nice. As for the negative, you'll find it brings the negative from down here like this. Once this is closed, it brings the negative from down here like this, like this, like this. And it brings the negative up to where I went up by mistake. Oh, I don't go up, I'm sorry. All right, so it comes out like this. It comes out like this for you. Nice, right, engineer? Nice. Now for the positive to pass like this and go to the developer, it can't find a way because K1M has opened the circuit and the negative is pushed to go down from here, finding that K1M has also opened the circuit. But the positive also came from above, down here like this to the contactor called K1M. And the negative came from here like this and went to K1M from above. So what happened to K1M is that it activated and this contact closed. And what about this contact? This contact closed. In this case, the positive will come down here to the motor from above and the negative will go up to the motor from below. So now the motor receives positive from above and receives negative, and it receives negative from below. So let's say that we will say the motor turns clockwise, meaning it turns in a certain direction with the clock hands. Okay, we'll say clockwise. Very nice, okay? Now focus on the rest of the things, focus with me. This is in the case that I close the disconnector, okay? But what if I want to open the disconnector? What will happen? Let's see. Okay, I want to open the disconnector. So what will I do? Let's see together. If I want to open the disconnector, who will I close or give the open command to? Key 22 is the one that will work. So the positive comes here, goes down, 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 and comes here to find key 1M. Open. So it goes here to K1M, all right? And how will the negative come? It will come from below, from here, passing through K22, which is already closed as a result of you giving the open command. It goes to K1M here and comes up here from above, turns around and finds K1M in its path. K1M now has positive, and what else? It has negative. So K1M, as its coil is now activated, when its coil is activated, its contacts, which are K1M here and K1M here, both of these will now close. Consequently, the positive will now come to the motor from below, and the negative will come to the motor from where it will come to the motor from above. So now the operation on this motor is a DC series motor with the positive flipped from below and the negative from above. When the polarity is reversed on a DC motor, what happens to the motor? It rotates in the opposite direction. The same thing I mentioned applies to K31 and K32. But the observation here, as a professional in the field, is to understand what? You will immediately find that K31 and K22 both cause the motor to rotate in the same direction. Why? Now, here's the motor. If it rotates clockwise, the disconnector stops. So it rotates counterclockwise to open it, right? Am I wrong? For the earth switch to stop, it rotates counterclockwise. So the motor's counterclockwise direction is the opening direction for the disconnector and the closing direction for the earth switch. And the closing direction of the disconnector is the same as the opening rotation direction of the earth switch. That's why you'll find K21 next to K32. Both pass the positive from above and pass the negative to the motor from below. Meanwhile, K22 and K31, which are the closing of the earth switch and the opening of the disconnector, both take the positive and put it on the motor from below. And the negative is taken and put on the motor where? On the motor from above, right? Nice. Okay. Now let's move on to the other things. What are the things present here on this side? And what is this thing here? And why is K1M even here? Okay, let's focus one by one. First thing, Bosch, and this is a DC series motor. This motor, Bosch and this, moved. You have reached the end of the journey. So regarding the control circuit, the thing that gets reset, right or wrong? Okay, this motor always has inertia and will continue to rotate, right or wrong? You want to apply braking. We all studied in college the methods of regenerative braking, short braking. We learned more than one method to apply braking to our motors, right? Among them is regenerative braking, or putting a resistor on the terminals of your motor. So what did he do here? He placed a zero resistance. The lower the resistance, the faster the discharge, resulting in braking for your motor. That's why he used the auxiliary release he had. This auxiliary release, isn't this its contact? Yes, this is its contact. So what did he do? Let's focus together. We'll erase everything to focus on just one thing. Here, he took all the contacts as normally closed. Okay, good. Now consider this contact as if it doesn't exist in your life right now. Is that good? Good. So what's normal now? When K21 auxiliary, what happens when you give a close command to the disconnector? It operates, so it closes this and closes who? It closes this at the same time. What does it do to this? It opens it. Okay, when the disconnector reaches the end of its travel, what happens? It opens it. And this opens because its parts have completed their journey, right? And this returns to close. When this returns to close, what does it mean? It means that I have shorted who? The motor, so it breaks the motor. Okay, and K1M is similar, but it's unnecessary. I mean, I'm telling you, it's unnecessary. That's nice. Even when I went to Hyundai in South Korea and talked to them about the issue, they said it wasn't necessary. They told me it was previously required by a client of ours in Saudi Arabia. So we had to include it. But for us, in our design, and even in other designs exported to other places, this isn't included. The braking happens through 21. They said, well, our clients in Saudi Arabia requested that we also include a K1M here, so that even if the auxiliary fails, there is another one that performs the shorting. It's not logical. But anyway, we understood that this branch is made to perform braking on the motor. Yes, on my motor. Excellent. So who is this? Who is this? This engineer is a door switch. Now, if you want to close it manually, you open a door, insert the handle, and close the switch manually. Now, if this contact is not present here, it's as if it's not there. Now, in the normal situation, if you haven't operated it electrically, this motor here currently has a shorting on it, and it has residual flux. As soon as you insert the handle and try to rotate the motor while you're rotating it, the residual flux in it, with the shorting present here, it will create a counter torque, making its rotation very heavy. That's why when you open the door to insert your handle and manually close the disconnector or the isolator switch, I take a limit switch from here, similar to the limit switch I mentioned to you, like the one found in a refrigerator or a car door or anywhere else, so that it opens here. And when it opens, it isolates the shorting on the motor, allowing you to close the disconnector or the isolator switch easily. So, what is the role of the switch depicted here in the diagram? It's normally open, which means that the door's natural position is open. As long as the door is open, this is open. As soon as you close the door, it means you want to operate. What will you do? You will find that this contact has closed. So when it's closed, it will allow the short circuit to return to your motor. All right then? And we leave it nicely. Okay, we still have time, so we can go to our control circuit. Of course, they are all similar, except for example, this is a top section, but it's just K41. And also in the constitutional presence table,